Does VR make you faster in Project Cars 2 or any other racing simulator? Watch this video and find out. I could sit here and say to you that it's pretty much an open and shut case. That with the VR headset, yes, it does absolutely make you faster, for sure, in Project Cars 2. But that would be a slightly misleading answer, because to be honest, would VR make you faster? It's very much subjective, and it's subjective because we're all individuals. And at the end of the day, the person that makes you faster is yourself. Using tools around you to aid you to go faster is probably more what we should be focusing on in the question of VR. But I need to explain first of all the difference of racing in VR to racing normally. Now, if you've used VR before, you're going to know exactly where I'm coming from, what I'm talking about. But if you haven't used VR yet, hopefully my explanation in a minute will help you understand a little bit better. Now, I know VR's been around for some time now, almost 2 years. We had VR right from Project Cars 1, and that has transitioned to Project Cars 2. The only reason I hadn't adapted VR straight away, because really I've been cheating myself out of VR for a long time. I've been waiting for a better VR system to come along, and we've had recently the HTC Vive Pro, but at the price that's dropping in at, and the fact that you're going to need the highest end graphics card to even push it anywhere near its limits, it's very much out of my price point. And as VR is 2 years down the line, it is now significantly cheaper. If you watched my video from last week, you would have saw that I picked up the Oculus Rift for £399, but I actually got a £50 Oculus Rift store credit to spend on whatever I wanted to, effectively making the unit, you could say, £350. Now with the VR, it's the level of immersion that takes this Project Cars 2 to a whole brand new level. I cannot get over to you on camera the difference, and it's that immersion level, it's the view distance, it's the feeling of depth of being in a car around you that I want to try and explain, because quite often you'll hear the analogy night and day difference. Well, playing Project Cars in VR as compared to a flat big TV screen, it's not even night and day difference. It's like night and planetary difference, night and universe difference. It's such a transition and such, I would call it a driver aid. It gives you so much more immersion, information, depth of field, everything that, to be honest, if you could afford VR and you've got a system that would run it, I would say, why are you not playing Project Cars 2 in VR? Because really, it's the way it's meant to be played, I think. Now, when we talk about levels of immersion, a lot of people start out with a standard controller and play on a controller. Then people will move to a racing wheel and a bit more of a custom racing rig setup. And that level of immersion was fantastic. I've been there for the last however many years Project Cars has been going. I forgot now, but I've been there and I've been living it. And to me, now that I've played in VR, playing on a flat TV screen has its limitations. I want to go to a little analogy that I've got set up, and hopefully this can get you some idea of the difference, because when you watch VR YouTube videos, what I've realised now that I've got VR, when you're watching those videos on YouTube, they are not representative of what you're seeing in the VR headset. It gives you the mildest idea of what's happening, but it's certainly not what the person in VR is seeing. And okay, so I'm just going to I'm going to reset the table up to my little analogy, and I'll try and explain what I'm on about. Right, this is still Hlspwns world. Don't turn off, please bear with us. Now, you got to use your imagination here. Imagine that this is the living room setup. Here we have the big screen TV, here's me, and here's my racing wheel. Typically, in a 2D racing scenario, that's the version that you would be doing, and you would be very much concentrating on all the information from the screen. But in this mode of playing, I play in cockpit mode, you get a moving picture from in the cockpit, but it's pretty static. Your view of the cockpit very much is 2D, flat stays the same, and your view of distance and elevation is somewhat there, but it's nothing like it is in VR. In this scenario, although you're playing with headphones, you cut the noise out, I've still got this environment, and if someone's moving around over here, although I'm concentrating on the screen there, my peripheral vision will pick up that person, and for me personally, that puts me off. They might not be doing anything in front of the screen, but because they're moving at the side, my eye and my peripheral vision is drawn to that. I find it very difficult in this setup and scenario to zone out. So, seeing the setup that we've got here, this is what happens when you put the VR headset on. The minute we pop on the VR headset, although we're still in this same position, the view to us is now this. So when we pop the VR headset on and we move into the car, we're instantly in this position. Now I'm going to put the roof of the car on in a second, but I just want to concentrate here. We're actually in the cockpit of the car. We've got all the dimensions of the car around us. If we look to the right, I can see the door, I can see the windows. If I move around, now it's not the fact that you can look left and right and up and down and move your head around individually to the rest of the view. It's the fact that the cockpit and everything there's the screens there, so that while we're in VR, we're actually physically sat in the car. You're encapsulated all around you. I mean, some of the cars in Project Cars 2 have got bucket seats that have the head restraints on, and if you look left or right, you will have a seat right at the side of your head. We can look out the windscreen, we can see the side door, we've got a full view around us. Now in VR, the peripheral vision isn't as much as it would be in real life, but you've got to remember we've got a helmet on, so your peripheral vision is somewhat boxed or windowed out. And while we're in this position, whatever is around us, if we're in the pits, if we're in the block, it's actually as though you're sat there in that location. When the car actually moves and drives off, you have a better feeling of movement or motion. Not only that, when we're looking out the window, there's distance, there's elevation, some of the tracks, you see them in VR and they almost seem familiar but different. And I hope from this very crude explanation you've got some understanding of the difference. Purely on an immersion level then, VR is an absolute no-brainer. But going back to the question, does it make you faster? I'm going to do one of the Beat the Pro challenges, which was Nicolas Hamilton set down, and it was at the Italian circuit Monza in the Ferrari, and I accepted Nick's challenge and I just could not get any faster. On that track, I went as fast as I possibly could, and I think I ended up in, the last time I looked, 15th, 16th position, somewhere around there. Now, I've deliberately not gone back and raced that track in the Ferrari yet, because I want to see, and I'll show you guys we'll look at my time before from the flat screen and my time after in VR. Now, I don't know what the results are going to be. I might be a few tenths faster. I might be a few seconds faster. I have no idea. But let's just see what the difference VR can make. So this was the time that I done in 2D on the flat TV screen, and as you can see, right current of this date today, I was in 28th position, and Nicolas Hamilton's time, the one they're testing there, was 11th place with a 1:43.9. So let's jump into the VR and see what I can achieve. I've just used the VR headset, the G27 wheel, and normally I would spend hours upon hours trying to beat my time. As I said in the video previously, I couldn't go any faster. I've just gone on, and within about 20 minutes I've set the fastest non-modified lap on the track, and Mr. Nicolas Hamilton, I have this time beat your time. So this is the lap, and as you can see, it's put me in 3rd place on the leaderboard, and I clocked in a 1:43.2. For me, it definitely proves VR has made me faster, and it's more true to life now than Project Cars has ever been. Because I don't know what the performance impact of trying to record this at the same time as using a VR headset. I've never done that before. I wasn't recording it while I was doing the lap. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to set that up now and we'll see how it comes out. So I've got no idea. So as we can see there, VR has given me the chance to significantly improve my lap times. And as I get more used of the cars and the tracks in VR, I honestly think I can still improve further on some of those times. So now this, I think, has perhaps put me on the map on Project Cars 2, and I now need to improve my racecraft and get racing because there is no excuses anymore. Thank you for watching this video today. If you're not already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. Thank you for watching, everybody, and I will see you very, very soon in the next one.